Hey, what's going on everybody, and welcome back to a brand new episode on my channel. As always, I'm Jay, and today guys I'm actually going to be reviewing a new pickup that I got, which is the Hasbro Lightning Collection White Ranger helmet. I'm going to be comparing it to Bandai's Legacy collection of the previous two helmets that were released, which is the Red Ranger and the Green Ranger. But without further ado, let's get into my review of the White Ranger Lightning Collection helmet. Alright guys, so fresh out the box, you get a display stand and the helmet itself in all its glory. This is the first time that Hasbro has actually done a physical Power Ranger helmet. The other two, like I said, were part of the Legacy collection, which was from Bandai, and they had the Green Ranger and the Red Ranger, which had their subtleties and differences, which again I'm going to get to in the comparison later on in this video. Fresh out the box, you know, you look at it and the detail is awesome. Since they've never actually done one before, this isn't half bad. This is actually pretty awesome, and if you look at all the detail, despite some marbling and whatnot, the color palette on this is fantastic. I got it for 85 bucks after taxes or so at my local GameStop. It's not hitting the $100 mark, so it's decent enough. And the thing is that it is an actually, you know, average size as far as a collectible goes. It is technically wearable. And the thing is that with this one right here, the more you look at it, though, you kind of notice that the white on the back panel and on the front panel is actually a little off. So that's kind of something that I was a little bit iffy or kind of upset about. The stand, it's durable, it does the job, but compared to the other ones, I feel like this stand isn't as good. Overall, I do think that it is a great, fantastic helmet. And if you take it off of the base, it does end up having a good amount of weight to it. The visor is pretty good. If you open it up, you'll notice that there's actually an adjustable headpiece, kind of like the last one's, but a little bit more of a kind of clockwork system, I guess if you want to call that. And the magnets are placed right here so that when it closes, it actually kind of does one of these and helps out. But I do miss the clasp, and especially since I actually cosplay as a Power Ranger myself, it does kind of leave a little bit to be desired. There's vents here and along the inside of the mask, which are very good. But overall, I think that this is a pretty solid addition to the Power Ranger helmet collection. I think that it's definitely worth your time. The only thing is that it is a little bit tighter than the other ones, for sure. And like I said, I'm going to get into that in a bit when I compare. Alright guys, so we have all three of them out of the box, and again, each one has its own distinct kind of traits, as it were. And definitely when we're comparing this one, we have to look at where we started, where we ended up in the middle ground, and then of course this here as the final product. So me, like I said, I cosplay as the Red Ranger actually, so this is the one that I actually use. And the thing about it is that the base actually comes already assembled. Besides that, it's actually two pieces, but when you get it, it's already good to go. And what happens is it's actually got nice gold lettering, and it's got a nice kind of sturdiness to it, in my opinion, that the one that you get with the White Ranger helmet doesn't exactly match up to, in my opinion. But other than that, this one right here I feel is like the perfect scale. The only problem I had with this helmet is the fact that it's a matte finish, but I'm probably going to show you some pics. It actually photographs really, really well for not being a kind of glossy finish like the Green Ranger or, like I said, the White Ranger. But all in all, it is a great thing that they did with this one, Bandai that is, and it ends up having a very good presence when you wear it. And it is a bigger scale, which honestly, I always thought the Power Rangers, they have these helmets, they should be a little bit bigger anyhow because it's supposed to protect them. But aside from that, I think that it's really awesome. And the thing is that, like I was alluding to, they have this clasp system right here where it's nice and easy to actually open the helmets up and put them on and then snap them into place, like so. Next, we move on to the Green Ranger, which was definitely a step up slightly. The paint, the actual color, is a glossy finish. And then again, when you open it up, it's slightly different just because the design is different of the original Red Ranger, but again, it's pretty big and roomy in there. And on top of that, they still have a lot of slits and air holes that are strategically placed along the actual helmet itself. So again, you can just put it on nice and easy. So with the White Ranger, it is significantly smaller by comparison to the other ones. There's no way around it. It really is a lot smaller than the other ones. And on top of that, these clasps, these are just molded. These aren't for show. The only thing that's keeping these together are magnets. And as you can see here, when I try to put this on, it's going to definitely be tougher. It's not impossible. And the thing is that when you're dressing up like a Power Ranger, you actually have a white underhood, which keeps your ears in and everything. But this right now, I'm not even going to be able to put on because of how close it is. But I can try. Oh wow, I actually get it on. But it's definitely a lot tighter of a fit, if you can even hear me. And this is not as comfortable as these ones here. There are slits here and over here, but it's definitely a lot more of a crunch for sure. So if we're taking a look at everything, that's how much of a difference the White Ranger helmet is. And it could be the design, it could be the scale of it and kind of how it's built. But it definitely is a lot more uncomfortable than what we have in the way of the Red Ranger and even the Green Ranger, because how it's cut, these ones are a little bit easier to manage getting on. You don't have to worry about it pinching your ears once you slip it on and get your head situated. It's good to go. This definitely needs a lot more work, so if you're cosplaying, these two, easier. This one, it's going to be a little tricky, and if you have a bigger head, I don't think it's going to happen, bro. Alright guys, well that's been my review on the White Ranger Lightning Collection helmet from Hasbro. Definitely a very good effort on Hasbro. Unfortunately, this is not going to be a one-size-fits-all, and I personally think that with that in mind, if you're going to get this, it's strictly going to be better as a museum piece or a collectible piece that you're just going to have on display, unless you have an average size head, because if you don't have an average size head, this thing will hurt like a mother. And yeah, I think that getting a custom helmet for your noggin would be the best way to do it. Other than that though, aside from a few paint imperfections and the fact that the front and back panels are not the same color white, I think that this is a very good effort. Again, collectible wise, they do great on the pinstriping, they did great on the details, they did great on the ventilation and everything like that. Stand notwithstanding and not assembled, it's okay, but it's not as good as what we've seen on the other ones. And you know, I mean, it is what it is though. If people end up critiquing this enough, then maybe Hasbro will try and work on a couple other different things. But for consistency's sake, I would just say one thing to do, make it a little bit bigger, work on the stand, and then other than that, you've got our money. And again, is it just me, or do we miss the clasps on the side? Probably just me. Anyway guys, that's all the time that I have for today. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, hit that bell button. That way you never miss a moment of my content. But until next time guys, as always, I'm Jay. So take care. Bye.